Howdy, welcome back to Dion Talk. When should you replace the water heaters in your rentals? With 16 rental units, it makes sense for me to have a system to know when to do that. I reached financial freedom with buy and hold rentals. It took 8 years to go from a lot of bad debt to financial independence. I worked another 4 years because I loved my job, but eventually time freedom went out, and after 12 years of investing, I retired. If that sounds like something that you would like to do, hit subscribe and check out some of the other videos on my channel where I share how I did that. You can do this. With 16 water heaters, I wish the answer was something as simple as, when it quits working, you get another one. Like with most other things, when something breaks, you replace it. You go get another one exactly like it, just not broken. Not with water heaters. Owning 16 of them, I've had to learn what can go wrong when they break. If you're lucky, they stop making hot water. They can leak, and in some cases, they can basically explode and take out the wall next to them. That last one doesn't sound fun, but it would make a great video. Here's the system that I use to make sure I have the least amount of problems with my water heaters. First, what type of water heater do you have in your unit? A tank water heater can last somewhere between 6 and 12 years. A tankless water heater can often last 20 years or longer. Your manufacturer might have a plate on the water heater that tells you how many years they expect it to last. Second, where is the water heater located? If it's in the living space of your unit or your apartment or your house and it fails, it can actually cause a lot more damage. Just a leaking water heater can damage walls, flooring, your joists. The exploding failure can actually damage the walls and people, depending on where it's located. So if a water heater is located in that living area, I want to make sure that I replace it a couple of years before the manufacturer's expected replacement age. If a water heater is located in the garage or in a mudroom where it's on cement and a leak is not going to really damage the structure, I'll tend to extend that out a little and replace it a little after a year or two after the manufacturer's expected expiration date. Third, how do we pay for replacing a water heater? If it's in your house that you own and you live in, you pay for it. A failed water heater is not usually an insurance claim. And if it's a warranty claim, if you have a home warranty, they're probably going to look at the age of the water heater and tell you that that was when it was expected to fail. Sometimes it makes more sense for some people to be renters because they don't have the ability to save and prepare and be ready for an expense like a water heater going out, or a roof needing replaced, or foundation issues. But if you're a homeowner, you should be saving for expected expenses like replacing a water heater. If your water heater is in a rental, your tenants pay for the replacement. Just send them a bill.
But not today.
Technically, your tenants pay for all maintenance and repairs in your rentals, including replacing the water heater, if you're running your business right. When we run the numbers to buy a property, we calculate paying our principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, and setting aside for repairs, maintenance, and vacancy. So part of gross rents that are coming in is going into an account to pay for things like replacing a water heater and a roof or having foundation issues taken care of. The one time that it doesn't feel like this is if that water heater needs to be replaced soon after you close on a property. If you're having it inspected, one of the things the inspector does is checks two things: the age of the water heater and if it actually is heating the water. If that inspection shows you that that water heater needs to be replaced within a year or so, I would add that to your cost to acquire and see if it still gets you the yield that you're looking for. So as an investor running your business, you should be keeping reserves, being ready to pay for repairs and maintenance like this without having to use a credit card, so you're paying interest and actually paying more than what the expense was. And you should be running your numbers as though you're calculating setting aside part of gross rents to pay for these kind of repairs. When you go into your maintenance fund to pay for a water heater replacement for the next few months, that gross rent amount should go back until that fund is full again. At the moment, I'm between purchases and I don't have any major projects going on with my handyman. So one of the things I have him doing as a part of his annual routine is going around to check the age and status of all my water heaters, and I'm probably going to be replacing a few. I actually look forward to this because it's the money from the rent that's coming in that went into that account that's going to pay for these. And then I'm going to have a new water heater in my rental that I won't have to think about for somewhere between 8 and 12 years. It seems like when people own rental properties, We tend to want to make this as complicated or as simple as we want to. I'm choosing the simple path. When it comes to water heaters, what I like to do is really just have a simple plan. What type of water heater is it? Where is it located? What is the average life expectancy of it? And depending on where it's located, I might replace it a little bit before or a little bit after that expiration date. If you'd like to see more videos like this where I talk about how I maintain my rentals, let me know in the comments below. And if you'd like to see a video that talks about which locks I use in all of my rentals, check this video out. Until my next video, thanks for coming to my Dion Talk.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.